PearlRiverResort.com. Pearl River Resort, the home of the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. Let's go to the Farm Bureau guest line. Check out favorites.com and go with the home team, Mississippi Farm Bureau. Our good friend Ryan Brown from the next round. He is based in Birmingham, but you can find them online in many, many mediums. Podcast, live stream, YouTube, all the things. If you want to see Ryan Brown's beautiful face and hear those dulcet tones, you can do it just about anyway. What's up, buddy?
That is quite the intro.
That's
I
right.
am currently in a situation. I can't find my car key, and I'm at our studio, and I need to go home. And I was just telling Borky, I don't know what I did with it. So I think my phone will crank my car, but beyond that, I cannot find my car key. And it's also got the key to my office and everything. So how are you?
Tell me you've got a lot of money without telling me you've got a lot of money.
How did I do that?
My phone will crank my car.
Well, I mean, is that not common anymore?
I don't know, man. Maybe I can crank my car with my phone. I don't know how to do that, though. But at least you can get home. But, yeah, that's you got to put like an air tag on your car keys or something.
I've just walked out in the rain, and you know what my phone did not do was unlock my car, which I also thought it did. This is turning into a disaster right here, though, Richard. Okay, it's unlocked now. So my phone will unlock my car. We're going to see if it'll crank it, too. I did not know that was a big money flex. I just thought it meant that my car was Japanese-made, and they're kind of smart with those things.
I just wish you had said my car was German-made. That would be even better.
It is not a Beamer or a Mercedes. Absolutely not.
Is Alabama a Beamer or a Mercedes these days?
What is that's a good question. I don't know if they are. They have played better, obviously, of late.
Hold on. Did your car crank?
Not yet. Hang on. I'm trying to. I can't figure out.
This is great. We're doing life with you right now.
Hang on. You're about to flip over to Bluetooth. Yeah, there we go. All right.
We got you.
They don't just give awards away. You have to earn them, and I'm sure this one's going to earn an award.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So now that I'm not entirely distracted trying to crank my car,
Beautiful.
I still don't know where my key is, but my phone has cranked my car, thankfully. So is Alabama a Mercedes or a Beamer? I don't know. That remains to be seen. They still made a ton of mistakes in College Station, but they won the football game. And, here's what's really cool about this. If you just like college football stories, so, Ole Miss, Mississippi State fans try to flush your feelings about Alabama. If you just like college football stories, right? Jalen Milroe 1 year ago was forced into a start against Texas A&M because Bryce Young was hurt against Arkansas.
Yeah.
And Alabama did not trust him to do anything in that game. It was handoff, run, handoff, run, dump off, nothing. We're not going to ask you to do anything. Now, he did turn it over twice, so Alabama might have been warranted in that hesitation. But you fast forward a full year, you're in College Station, they can't run the ball to save their life, and now they're asking him to do everything. I mean, they put the whole game in his hand and said, go win the game for us. I mean, that's a pretty remarkable personal turnaround for Jalen Milroe if you just look at it from a pure sports perspective like that.
Yeah, and I think your point is a good one in that I don't know that anybody is necessarily looking for a feel-good story as it pertains to Alabama football or anything related to it, but the development of Jalen Milroe is real. He is getting better. It's like you can kind of see him growing up in front of your eyes. In real time, and that's hard to do because it's a pretty big spotlight. And look, I don't know if it was calculated or not. I don't know if Nick Saban thought, even if we play terrible, we're beating South Florida, but I need to go out and show everybody that Jalen Milroe is the best option, and I'm going to do that by playing these other two guys. Is that giving him way too much credit?
No, I think you're exactly right. I think maybe one day when Nick Saban is retired, sitting in Jupiter, Florida, you'll get him to admit he treated that game like a scrimmage, knowing that they were good enough to win that game regardless of who they played at quarterback, knowing that your defense was never going to have you out of that game. And I'll tell you who I think it was most important to. You know, like a lot of people are painting it like Nick Saban wanted to show the fans that Jalen Milroe was the only choice. I think Nick Saban wanted to show. I'm sorry.
I know where you're going with this. I think.
Well, no, I think he wanted to show Jalen Milroe that Jalen Milroe was the only choice. That Jalen Milroe could go on that field, and every time he made a mistake, he doesn't have to look over his shoulder because he's now seen Tyler Buchner and Ty Simpson play, and he knows this is my football team. I am the quarterback. I am the best player. Now I'm going to go play like it. And you know, I think that's hugely critical for Alabama and Jalen Milroe moving forward. And frankly, it didn't show a ton in the first half against Ole Miss. But from the second half against Ole Miss on, he has been tremendous for Alabama.
I agree with that. I actually thought you were going to say it showed the rest of the team that this is.
Well, I think that too. And then maybe there was an element of Tommy Rees, who thought Tyler Buchner was something that Tyler Buchner isn't. You know, that Tommy Rees had gotten Tyler Buchner to transfer into Alabama from Notre Dame because he thought he could play. And maybe Saban, you know, had heard that from Rees. He's like, okay, let's let your boy go out there and play, and let's see what he's got. And, hey, Buchner was awful. I mean, I'm sure Tommy Rees probably had to walk back in and say, all right, I saw it, and you're right. And there is no doubt now this is Jalen Milroe's football team. There's not one person in the state of Alabama calling for Ty Simpson or Tyler Buchner. They know it's Jalen Milroe's team.
Is Alabama going to run the table?
You know, I don't know. It is entirely possible. When you start looking at, you know, I don't think Arkansas could beat them this weekend. Arkansas is not great. They don't protect Jefferson very well. You just saw them in that state against Ole Miss. You know, Tennessee, I want to see Tennessee a little bit more. I haven't seen them without Brew McCoy yet, so we'll get that against A&M. LSU just, I mean, it'll be a shootout potentially with LSU, though Alabama's defense played really, really well. You know, the Iron Bowl is at Jordan Hare, and if you study the history of that game, it's most turbulent when it's at Jordan Hare.
Yeah, but. Yeah.
I mean, Auburn. Look, I'll tell you what Alabama's got. I mean, I still think their offense is a little bit unknown and inconsistent. But what they've got is, I think, a championship-level defense. That defense is really, really good, and they're good at all levels. And that keeps you in a whole lot of ball games when your offense is struggling a little bit.
Yeah. Visiting with Ryan Brown from the next round. We're still a week and a half away from Ole Miss making a trip to the Plains. I kind of argued earlier this year that there are only a certain number of bullets in the gun for Auburn this year. The game that they played at Texas A&M was one of those. Obviously, low scoring, didn't get it done. I feel like Hugh Freeze is saving a bullet for Ole Miss, and he's saving a bullet for Alabama, and he's going to throw everything he's got at those two games in particular. Am I wrong?
No, I don't know that you're wrong. I will just say, though, one of the bullets is not a prolific passing game. They can't throw the football.
By the way, I meant Georgia, not A&M. I couldn't come up with that Georgia game. Georgia's the one that I meant, though.
Yeah, no, absolutely, because let me tell you what they did against Georgia, which they'll probably try to do against LSU this weekend with LSU's poorest defense, is forget the pass game, run quarterback, run a little back to, and I think they can have more success with the traditional run game against LSU that they did not have against Georgia. And run some quarterback stuff and get the quarterback out in the open field. And I think there's a path for them against LSU because defense is really good, and I think it could slow LSU down a little bit. There's a path for Auburn to be in that game. I don't know that they go to Baton Rouge and win it, but at some point that's going to run out. You just can't do that every game. This is not a service academy running the triple option. They're going to have to throw to win some games, and when they've been asked to do that, it has not been good. Thorne is not good. Ashford is not good. They just simply cannot throw the football. And Hugh Freeze is frustrated with his offense. You could tell he's frustrated with his coaching staff. He's been openly critical of his offensive staff, which I am told by people in Mississippi I should expect that to happen. He's very, very frustrated with this offense, which tells you he doesn't feel like it's going to get a whole lot better, I don't think.
Yeah. I would think he would be very proud of himself if the offense was performing at a high level, but, we digress. Last thing on this, only got a minute left.
Okay.
Is that environment next Saturday night on the Plains going to be about as good as it gets at Auburn? Under the lights, the Hugh Freeze Ole Miss thing, even though it's not a great Auburn team?
Yeah. I mean, it's probably, other than the Iron Bowl, the best remaining environment you'll have there. And some of that depends probably on how the LSU game goes. But, I do think Lane Kiffin's a little bit of a villain to Auburn fans just because he's Lane Kiffin and also because of the way that whole job rumor thing went down last year. Then you got Hugh Freeze against his old team. There's going to be plenty of storylines there. Who knows if Lane says something that spices it up a little bit? He's done that in the past. Yeah, I think you'll have a pretty juiced up environment there.
And when you say the way that thing went down, you mean the way he spurned them. My words, not yours. Thanks, Ryan.
All right, boys. Y'all be good.
We'll talk soon.